Welcome back guys. In this video we are going to see a default locator present in Playwright. Okay, so we have different kind of locators like CSS locator and XPath. These are the two types of locator present in every automation tool, but when it comes to Playwright it gives you one more alternate locator. Okay, so here we can use a text locator. Okay, so this one works completely based on the text. Okay, you can use the combination with CSS locator, but it is a text locator. Sorry, it's not a test locator, it's a text locator. Okay, so you might ask if you're coming from other automation tools, you may ask what about ID, class name, link text, all that stuff. No, those stuff is not present in Playwright. Okay, so here we have only three kind of locators. One, text locator, that is a default, and second, CSS locator, and then XPath. Okay, even in other automation tools, okay, the ID, class, tag name, everything is going to be converted into CSS locator at end of the day. Okay, so even with other automation tools you will be having only two kind of locators. One is CSS, other one is XPath. So with respect to Playwright you have another added one, which is text based locator. Okay, so if we have a doubt like why can't I use XPath, because that also supports a text based locator, yes, you can use it, but text based locator is not present in CSS, and for that purpose the Playwright gives you the default locator as text based locator. Okay, so for this example purpose I have created a basic skeleton code. Okay, if you have watched other videos you know it. We are launching the browser and we are opening a new page and we are opening some web page, and then we are waiting for 2 seconds at the end and then closing the page, I mean the tab, and then we are closing the browser. So for this purpose, this tutorial purpose, I am using this particular URL churcher.tech/practice/dynamic-table. Okay, so this page is very simple page. Okay, so this is the same page that we will be using for XPath as well. Okay, now in this page we have different kind of locators, I mean like different kind of buttons. Okay, so here we have three sections. If we click in any of three sections, okay, for example blueberry, if I click one particular button, a text will be populated here. Okay, if I click another one, the other thing will be populated. Okay, so similar to this one, everything will be populated. Okay, if you click a button, that particular whatever you can see it will be populated here. Okay, right. So now to work with the text based locator, I'm going to use only one method, click method from Playwright. Okay, because here we are going to explain about the locator, not about the methods that is provided by the Playwright. Okay, like a click or a fill or type. We are not going to talk about that one in this video. We will be talking mostly on the text based locator. Okay, so for that I am going to use await page.click. Okay, so this click method accepts a parameter. Basically this parameter is nothing but your locator. This could be your default locator, CSS locator, or XPath. Playwright is intelligent enough to judge which locator you are passing, so you don't have to specify whether you are passing a default locator or CSS locator or XPath. Okay, so you don't have to mention anything. By default Playwright judges which one you are passing. Okay, now so let's open this page using Playwright. So this is where we will be opening the page, and now I want to click a particular button. For example, let's click banana, BANANA. Okay, you have to note down I am talking about a capital B, banana. Okay, so for that we have to write text equal to banana. Okay, if I click this banana, this particular text should be popped up. Okay, why I am populating the text here is because normally we cannot see like what is clicked here. Okay, so for that purpose, if Playwright clicks something, we want to see like what got clicked. Okay, So for if it clicks banana, banana will be populated. Strawberry will be populated here. Okay, now let's run it. So we have to use node and then file name. File name is pw-text-selector. pw-text-selector. Okay, now it's opened the page. Now it clicked banana. Okay, now it closed the page. Okay, if you want 1 more second of a sleep here, I can add it. Okay, if you want me to run again, let me run, so that you guys also will see that banana is populated there. Okay, so now banana is got populated here. Browser will close. Okay, fine. Now let's understand. So default is a text-based locator. So for that we can use text equal to whatever the text it is. Okay, so here I'm talking about the text present in this one. Let's inspect that element and see what text is present there. Okay, if you see here, the text is banana. Okay, for the button the text is banana. Okay, fine. So for example, this is the text, button based button. Okay, there are in two ways you can create a button. One is button tag based button, other one is input tag based button. For example, here you can see there is one more section here. If you see here, the button is made of input tag. Okay, all the others are made of button, but here this input is based on, this last button is based on input tag. Okay, so when we have this kind of input or submit button, where the type is button and the input, okay, that time this particular value, okay, this particular value field serves as a text. Okay, fine. Now instead of that one, I want to try with Jack Snyder. Okay, I'm going to copy it and I'm going to paste it in here. Okay, text equal to Zack Snyder. Okay, actually today Zack Snyder's Justice League got released, so I am just writing it. Okay, it's opening. It clicked on Zack Snyder. Okay, yeah, it works fine. And now you guys understand text can be present as a text or as a value. Okay, so this when the value is present in input tag or in a submit button, okay, in those times the value will serve as the text. Okay, so I hope you understood that. Okay, now let's try to click on some other banana. Okay, here we have a lowercase banana, right? So let's highlight it. So here we have a lowercase copy. I'm going to copy it. Okay, now if I click this one, I should see lowercase banana, right? Yes. Now I'm going to use the same text I have copied in the lowercase. Okay, note down it's a lowercase, and it should populate a lowercase banana here. Okay, so let's run, and Chromium opened. If you see, it's a capital one. Okay, so the Playwright does not worry about the case. Okay, if it's a lowercase or uppercase, okay, it does not worry about it. We wanted to click this banana, but what happened is Playwright clicked the banana that starts with a capital because this is the first occurrence. Okay, this is what we received instead of this particular banana got clicked, right? Yes, because Playwright does not worry about the case. Okay, it's a case insensitive. Now you may have a doubt. Okay, no, I want to have it case sensitive only, because there could be a duplicate button with a lowercase, or you might have a situation where you want to check whether a uppercase that particular uppercase worded button is present. Okay, something like a login button. Okay, so in such case you can use the same thing, but you have to use a single quote, not single quote actually. So normally people write it something like this one, single quote, and inside that one we'll have a double quote and double quote. When we put any value inside the double quote here, okay, after the text equal to double quotes, then that becomes a case sensitive. Okay, now this one will click the banana, the one that matches, but let's click on the lowercase one so that we will get to know it. Now it should click on this banana and lowercase banana should be populated here. Okay, the lowercase banana is populated now. Okay, so whenever you want to have a case sensitiveness with Playwright, you have to put it with the double quotes. So let's see what happens when I cover it outside as the double quote, inside as a single quote. Still it should work fine. Sorry, here we have to close it. Yep, my bad. CLS. Okay, let's run. The lowercase banana should be clicked now. Yes, the same thing is clicked. Okay, so you can use it this way. Okay, whenever you want to have a case sensitiveness, you have to either use it a single quote or a double quote. Okay, fine. So now let's come to the next one. Here you have a case sensitiveness. This is fine. And now let us understand one more thing. You cannot write this text equal to all the time. If you feel like you are using too many times, you can actually remove it. Okay, you can have a single quote banana, but this one is not case sensitive. This is case insensitive. Okay, this single quote matters only when you use a text equal to. Okay, otherwise what you are telling to Playwright is something like this, text equal to banana. Okay, this is the expanded version. Okay, so we can in a short we can write it like this one, with a single quote or the double quote. Okay, now I'm going to comment the second line and let's run it. Now also it should click on a button, but instead of this button it will click the first button, because this is the case insensitive. Okay, because here we are just telling that it is going to be a text selector. Okay, the lowercase banana came in. That is well and good. Okay, if I remove it and run it again, let's see what happens when I remove the single quote. So nothing happened, because this one will not work with text based, but it is for a button. Okay, if I give it as a button it will work, but as of now we are seeing a text based one, so let's ignore it. Okay, now we can see something else. I mean, here we have created different buttons for a testing purpose. Let's use them. Okay, here we have a thing called banana shake. Okay, if you see it, this one, let me expand it. It says banana break shake. I mean banana next line shake. Okay, by default Playwright ignores the white spaces at the front and the back. Okay, something like this one. Okay, let me showcase. If you have something okay, for example, if you have a Justice League here, okay, this one equivalent to, sorry, I copied it, seems, sorry, cut it, seems, equivalent to Justice League. Okay, space space space, again spaces, again this one also equivalent to Justice League. Okay, and you have something like this. Okay, basically this is also equivalent to Justice League, and you have something like this. Okay, this one also equivalent to Justice League. So if you have just without any spaces or anything, okay, just this much, then Playwright considers as it is just Justice League. Okay, but if you have spaces in the front and in the back of a string or idea or anything, I mean back of the text, okay, still the Playwright will remove the extra text at the front and the back, and it will make it as something like this. Okay, for example, if your text is broken to next line, still it will consider this one as just as removing that extra broken line. It will bring it to the same line and it will remove the extra space. Okay, and then here if you can see, so in case there is a space and a break and then a space, still it will consider as a single text only. Okay, for that purpose, to to see it in action, I'm going to use it for this banana shake. Okay, so let's write banana shake. So for this one I'm using a single quote. Okay, because here we are mentioning the text. If you see, the banana shake got clicked here, right, even though it is split into multiple lines. Okay, if you can't see it, here also you can see it. See, here I have used a break. Okay, still it works fine because Playwright ignores that. Next one, if you see, there is a banana, but there is a single, sometimes there could be a single quote or double quote, okay, inside the text. In such cases, what you can do is, that time you can write something like this one, copy it, I mean whatever you wanted to find, copy it and paste it in the text. Okay, but in front of this double quote or single quote, use a escape sequence. Okay, I mean the front faced slash, if you use it, which means that the next one it has to escape and consider as it is. Okay, now if we click it, this one, something like a banana double quote juice should come. Okay, let's run it. Okay, the same thing came in. Okay, so here we can escape the sequence as well. Okay, now next one we have, now I have mentioned this thing, right? Let's consider Zack Snyder. Okay, now you maybe sometimes may not have the complete text. Okay, you may have something like a little bit of a text, and you the remaining thing could be changing. Okay, so in such cases normally we will be using regex with respect to all the programming languages. The same regex, I mean regex is nothing but a regular expression. Okay, we can use it with Playwright. Okay, for example, here I know Zack. Okay, but if I do not know what text is going to come, here it is a Snyder, but I know it. But if your application is still in development stage, you might not know it, what is going to come, or it could be a dynamic values. Okay, something like 789 or 721, something like that. For that, if you have that kind of scenario, you can make this one as the regex. Okay, by adding the front slash. Okay, so let's say front slash Zack slash I. Okay, now this forms a regex. But what is the regex? Okay, this one, basically this one, and this slash denotes the Playwright that I am going to use a regex, but I have not used any regex as of now. Okay, so what I'm going to do is dot star, which means that any character can come. Okay, n number of times can come. Okay, it could be ABCD till Z, it can come, because I have used a dot here, which means that any character, how many matches, n number of matches. Okay, it should click the Zack Snyder now again. Okay, I understood. This one doesn't click because for some functions you have to use the text only. Okay, let's end it, and this time I'm using the text as it is. Okay, let's run now. Okay, now you got the Zack Snyder. Okay, in a few places you might need to use the text tag again. Okay, but most of the time you don't have to. Okay, now this is how you can achieve couple of things with the text selector. Okay, so still there are few other things. Okay, let's see. Now here I can use the regexes. Okay, so you have to practice little more regex. Okay, so if you know only half of the text, okay, let's say Zack, but if you still wants to match, you can match it. Okay, Playwright by default ignores about capitalization, I mean the capitalization or lowercase. Okay, the case sensitiveness, it will ignore it, and also it will match even if there is a partial match. Okay, so here we are giving only Zack, but still it works fine because Playwright has that intelligence to find the element. Okay, now next we can combine this text with CSS locator. Okay, so now just I want to explain a little more thing before I combine it. So normally we use as this dev tools, by using this control F, we can find the element, okay, using the CSS or XPath, but we cannot use the text selector to find it here. Okay, so that will not work because as of now the Chrome engines and all does not support this text-based selectors. Okay, so you cannot see it here. So in case if you want to do it, you have to experiment only. Without experiment you cannot find that element on the browser. Okay, maybe I should have explained it in the very beginning, but anyways, the next one, we are going to combine a CSS with text selector, or you can say like I'm going to combine text selector with CSS. Okay, so first we have to write a CSS. Let's say here, okay, let's take the banana itself. Okay, now it has the ID as a unique. Okay, so here I want to click this banana instead of this banana. So previously whenever we try to use a lowercase without mentioning like it has to go with the case sensitiveness, it normally clicks this one. Okay, so now I want to use this ID hash ID. Okay, there are two matches, but we are going to find the banana here, right? So here there is no banana, let's ignore it. Now we have a CSS. Now we can use text selector here. Okay, so here I'm going to use a function called has text. Okay, so what this will do is, if this particular CSS has a text, okay, this particular element, that does not mean this element only should have it. Basically this means like it should have an element which has the text. Okay, it should have an element which has banana text. Okay, so here I am going to write, not here actually, here it will not find it anyways. So here what I'm going to write, ID unique, and I'm going to write colon has text. Okay, so this is going to be a function. Inside the function we have to mention what is the value. Here the value is banana. Okay, let's run it. Okay, the lowercase banana we are trying, or basically you can say like inside this one there is a banana, that one we are looking for. Banana got populated, right? Now if you have a question, what happens if I don't use this particular CSS selector? Nothing will happen. Instead of clicking on this banana, it will click on this one, because here we are not mentioning under which locator or under which element we are trying to find. Okay, so which means that it can take the whole document, whole HTML document, and it can find something. Okay, when it takes a whole document, the first match is going to be this banana. Let me run. It did not click, did it? Let's rerun again. It did not click. So this one also maybe still it's in a development stage or something like that, but this one should be working as per their documentation. Okay, so there is other one. Instead of writing has text, we can also write text. Okay, so if I run it again, it also should find that particular element. Okay, the banana was working fine. Let me remove the CSS and try it here at least. Let's see. Here the capital banana came in. Okay, so this time it has found the first matching. Okay, but in case if you wanted to find inside some division, you have to include the CSS here, CSS locator here. Okay, if you do not know anything on the CSS locator, do not worry. Okay, by if you are watching this one after CSS, then it is no problem. If you are watching prior to CSS lesson, then the next or the after that lesson is the CSS selector lesson, so you don't have to worry. I will be covering entirely. Okay, now so similar to this one, again there is a matches, something called text hyphen matches. Okay, so this one is also similar. Okay, text matches banana. If I run it, it should, sorry, not like this one. This basically is for a regex. Okay, we can mark it as the regex by marking slash and then end. We are going to use slash I. Okay, I'm going to entirely match the banana. So still what happens is it will match the first one only because we have not given any division, so it will take the whole page level. It did not find any element. That is weird. Okay, fine. Okay, so there is one little change. So instead of here, I have to give the regex after this, actually, comma, single quote I. So here I have to give it as a regex. Okay, now this will work fine, or at least I hope it will work fine. Okay, let me run. We are giving the complete string as the regex. Okay, now it has worked and it clicked the first one. But if you want to click the under a certain division, then we have to use that one. So we are using unique. Okay, so this time the lowercase banana will be picked. Okay, let's run. Okay, lowercase banana got picked. Okay, so this is how you can play with your text locator that is present in a Playwright. Okay, this kind of a text locator does not present in a Protractor, Selenium, or any other automation tool as of now. Okay, in future it may come. Okay, that's all with the text locator. If you have any queries, don't hesitate to leave a comment below. Okay, thank you guys.